All right, Griz Nation, we are back. We are the Fight On Montana podcast, and we're glad that you're listening. We are on Stein week this week, so
Yeah,
glad to get into that. But first off, Luke, how you doing, man?
doing pretty good. That was a very nice victory. I'm so glad that you and I were wrong on our points. Like way
Wrong.
Yeah, which is great and in the best way possible. But yeah, doing good, feeling good on Victory Sunday, and excited that we're getting to play for the Little Brown Sign again. Since last year we took a year off. It's interesting that it wasn't one of our rivalries. Now I think it's now one of our rivalries again.
Yep.
One of our protected ones, if you will, which it should be. So
exactly.
Yeah, in fact, because we took the year off, I was like, I had to look it up. I was like, we have it, right? And yeah we have it. I was like, we have the sign still. Because
I think the last time that they played at Griz was X first season, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And they won that one. So
that was that weird game where they just ran the clock and like it was such a low scoring game. That was so strange.
Yeah.
So
and it's probably gonna be like that, but we'll get into that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. How are you doing, Adam?
I'm a little tired, man. I think Luke and I were talking to this before the pod, but I had a Taekwondo tournament for my son and got home late, watched the game, fall asleep on the couch watching football, and tried to do stuff around the house and stuff today. But a little tired, but I'm glad that we're getting to talk football. So
heck yeah. How'd your son do at the tournament?
He got third place.
Oh, very cool.
Which he I know this is gonna be horrible. He should have got second. There was some ref. I have no clue what they were doing. I had a friend that was like, yeah, I think Kieran won that one. I'm like, totally, I think he won too. And when they told who won, and I was like, what in the world are you guys looking at? Like
those officials sometimes, man.
Oh man. And then I'm not gonna bore you with it, but the one of our other kids that was fighting totally got ripped off. Like,
oh, that's too bad.
Ripped off. Like the other kid said, I don't want to finish.
Oh.
And they gave him the win in the first place.
That shouldn't. What?
I was just like,
give up or quit. You shouldn't get the win. What the heck?
Yeah, exactly. We're giving people trophies for saying they quit.
Yeah, that's not right.
No.
Unfortunate.
So yeah, that was my weekend.
Unfortunate. Yeah, mine was just basically lots of football and then more football last night. There was the college games. They're going way late. So
yeah.
And then today though, it was so nice out. Like 80 degrees. We went hiking. So nice to get up in the woods and did a little fly fishing too, and got a rainbow. So
nice. Yeah. About time that time, man. We got to count those days that we can do that.
I think fall officially starts tomorrow. So the 22nd, I think, which is tomorrow. Yeah, first day of fall. Which, now we're getting into conference play too. So that's exciting. That's what. Before we started, Adam and I, we were talking about like the number of games because I already picked the Big Sky games. It was like, boy, there's not a lot of games this week. Well, it's because they're all playing each other, So, which is exciting to get into more of the Big Sky play, and maybe we'll see if we have differing opinions because we went 100% last week.
Yes,
we both picked all the games. We all had we both had the same picks, but we were right on all the picks. But now that we get in the conference play, you never know what could happen.
You never know. We might have some differences. So
yeah, absolutely.
Well, before we get into the games, guys, we gotta celebrate some other Griz sports. Going off into tennis. Let's see if I can share this.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Like, it'll be a whole lot better if I share this, so I don't get. Let's see here.
Well, our men's tennis just started off down playing in the Idaho State Invitational this weekend. Oh yeah, there it is.
There we go. So
right there.
So they swept the doubles and the singles.
Can you scroll up again? Can you scroll up again?
Yep.
Their whole face. There we go. There's the gentleman that won this weekend.
There we go. Awesome. So we got the doubles champions there on the left and the singles champion on the right. Cool. I'm gonna probably get their names wrong, so please forgive me. The singles winner was Balatzar Weiger Nordes, who
Nordis. Awesome.
Nordis. So he was the first Grizzly to ever compete or earn ATP Tour points over the summer, and went undefeated to win the singles draw. Meanwhile, Johnny Wilkinson and junior newcomer Joseph Towns teamed up to run through the doubles unbeaten.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. So it says there was a bracket of 32 tournament with players from Montana, Montana State, Utah State, and the host, the Bengals.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Awesome. So we beat up on the Cats also, which is always great to hear.
Yeah.
And then they won it. That's so cool. I was just thinking, what a great way to start off going, this week, since we have to play Idaho for the Stein.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I know this is Idaho State, but we already got some hardware coming back home from Idaho, which is pretty awesome from the men's tennis team.
Well, and you've got to look at, I think I sent it to you, just the fact that you look at volleyball, soccer, and football. I think it was like 6-0, 3-0, and 3-0.
Yeah, our girls' volleyball team is killing it right now. I mean, they haven't. I heard. I was listening to the pregame of the football, and they were talking about it. I think it's the first time since like 2005, or maybe it was 94 or something, that they've won this many in a row and have been doing this well. So it's pretty awesome.
So let's get into that. So let's see if I can share this again. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to.
That was cool.
Those people that are listening on the.
Yeah, if you want to
YouTube
see all this stuff, watch on YouTube, and you get to see our beautiful faces, and then nice graphics that Adam has that come up here and stuff.
These are all off of Go Griz. So
holy cow, 8-3 overall now. I was curious. So they're on an 8-game win streak. That is awesome.
So they went 0-3 in the beginning of the year, and they now have not lost. They're 8-0. Cool. Their last. Let me scroll down here. Sorry, not to make you sick, guys. Let's see here.
You beat the Sycamores, I see.
Yep. So their last tournament.
They played Gonzaga this weekend. And
they played Gonzaga on Thursday, beat them 3-2. Also played Seattle and Cheney. Swept them.
Very nice.
And so they are on to play Sacramento State this Thursday at 7 p.m. They will play Sacramento State, beginning of Big Sky.
And that's got ESPN Plus too. So
it is. I love it
right now, so I don't forget.
I love watching volleyball. It's fun. It's a very fun sport. Then
Absolutely.
They will be in Moscow on Saturday playing Idaho.
Oh, very cool.
So we all play Idaho this weekend. So
that's great.
So hopefully we can sweep
them. That'd be so cool.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely go support the ladies. What
time was that game at? 7 p.m. All right, cool.
7 p.m. They're both at 7 p.m.
Awesome.
Thursday and Saturday. So definitely go watch them, support them. If you can make it to Dahlberg Arena on Thursday, go support the ladies. They're hard at it. It's amazing what they're doing right now. Hopefully we can keep it going. And yeah, they're playing great. So going on to soccer. Let's see here. Sorry, guys.
No, bring up that graphic too, because they're similar to the volleyball. They're on a heater right now. They keep beating big teams and.
Yep. So they're overall they're 6-2-1.
Yeah.
They're on a 5-game win streak though. So let's see here, going down. So let's see.
Davis
14th.
Yeah, because they oh my god,
yeah.
Gonzaga.
So they swept Gonzaga 4-0 in Missoula, which was amazing.
A lot of goals.
That's a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Yep. And then this Sunday, that happened today, they beat Washington State 1-0 in Missoula.
That's so awesome.
That hasn't happened. That's huge. Because if you guys know anything about the soccer program, Washington State has kind of been their nemesis in the Big Sky tournament and also just in regular play. So it's really good for us to get that game going into conference play as well. They'll play Thursday down in Flagstaff at 9 p.m. So once you guys watch the volleyball game, you can turn on. It's a late game because they're an hour behind us. They're at 8 p.m.
Yeah, it'll be 8 p.m. down there. Still, that seems late for soccer. They must play indoor.
I think so. I think they play at the Sky Dome.
Oh, they must. Yeah.
So, and then they play Northern Colorado on Sunday at
two good
South
soccer
Campus.
teams back to back for conference play. Northern Colorado and Northern Arizona always put up good soccer teams. So
they do.
Awesome.
They do.
But they're on a roll going into it, so this is just keep the momentum going.
Well, and they need to get these 2 games. If you guys know, Big Sky play with soccer is pretty short. There's not all the Big Sky teams have soccer, so they play a very short and condensed schedule. So they'll play Northern Arizona, Northern Colorado, and then they'll head to Cheney, Washington on October 2nd.
Right on.
So all those are on ESPN Plus, guys. Definitely, if you guys can't be in Missoula, definitely go check them out. It's just awesome to see just the sports that we have going on that are being competitive.
It's great to see how well everybody's doing, from tennis to soccer to volleyball and football. I mean, it's a good time to be. That's why I love posting this. It's a great day to be a Grizzly. It's just a great time to be a Grizz right now.
Yep. Amen with that. Well, let's get into it, man. Let's get into this.
So I forgot. I have one thing I wanted to bring up before we got to the game. So last weekend, what was the weekend before, actually, when we were playing, let's see here, we were playing North Dakota. Coach Tom Houck passed away, who was our defensive tackle coach when I was there.
Oh, wow.
Under Glenn, and then he stayed on with Houck and stuff. And so he served in Vietnam, played as a Grizzly too. I mean, just a very, very kind, nice man and great coach. And unfortunately he passed away. And so I just wanted to let everybody know, and just, it was kind of a bummer, but at the same time, just a great man. And, our hearts go out to the Houck family and stuff too, all this, and former players and this as well, because Tom had such a big impact on the University of Montana, and even it seemed like every time I came back, you'd see him around the program and stuff. So I forgot to tell you about that before we came on, but just
no problem.
Bring that up before we got started here. So
exactly.
On a high note, though, let's get into the football game. So
let's get into that. So let's see if I can share my screen again here. Get you guys the data here, the stats. So let's see here. No, that one. Yes. All right. So let's go over this, guys. So you guys all know that we got the 63-20 win. Mm-hmm. Great to see all of the stats that we had. We played a whole heck of a lot of guys.
My prediction was 38-10. Yours was 42-0 versus 40-14. So I guess versus was probably the closest out of having.
Well, my spread was closest.
Yeah, your spread was closer. Yeah, absolutely. So
I was only off a point for the spread, but not a. You could tell right off the bat too that was going to be a long one. It just didn't look good. Let's go into some of the 33 first downs. ISU's 12.
Wow.
The crazy numbers. We had 303 rushing yards to their 198. Let's see here. Passing yards, 344 to their 189.
Well, and still with some of those rushing and stuff, I mean, they got those 2 extra touchdowns late.
Yep.
Big gains that, against our forwards, basically. Everybody played, I think. I'm curious to see if someone didn't play, because everybody got out there, which is so cool.
It is, yeah. So I think they said on the broadcast 715 was the record. So 647 for total yards. That's
close.
81 plays. 81 plays. Crazy. 3 penalties for 18 yards. Theirs was 5 for 27.
That's pretty good considering.
That's really good.
Well, especially if you think about all the young guys that were in there, where you could have easy mistakes, or alignment issues and things like that. To only have 3 penalties.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
It was good to see Griz get some false starts as well. Love that. Seeing that. So 9 punts for ISU. Wow, man. That's hard. 9 punts. let's see. Let's go into some of the other. We had one interception that we got, and one fumble.
Yeah. Shooting that one fumble. That's our boy Tuya Pupu crushing him, and then Roush getting that touchdown. I mean, we kept saying we got to get pressure on the quarterbacks, and some of it's just the running quarterbacks that we face, and the fact like Kaminsky got. I rewatched that game. That kid got the ball out of his hands so fast, and so to get home finally, that's just going to build confidence in our defense. And man, they were just brutal out there, just crushing people. It was awesome.
And it's going to be interesting this week. You know, we play another running quarterback, and so we'll get into that. But 9 of 15 for first down or third down conversion, and 2 of 2. That is crazy. 11 of 17 for third and fourth down.
Those are numbers you like to see when it comes to third down, fourth down. Shoot,
5 of 5 in the red zone. We had 3 sacks, which is awesome.
Yeah, finally getting on the quarterback. And I mean, and the thing is I was, again, going back to UND a little bit.
Yeah,
there was people out there saying, "Yeah, we're not getting the quarterback." We were getting there.
We were
hitting him, like you said. It's just that we weren't sacking him. Kaminsky did a great job getting that ball out.
So. Yep. So, Leighlou Rouns, have to give it to him. He looked like he took another step. 22 of 27, 313, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Like to see that. It just looked like he was calm and collected, going through his reads, finding people. And guys, he was under pressure for some of those passes. It was good to see that he was using his feet to get away from that pressure. And we'll get to probably the fact that we still need to work. Our O-line still needs some work there. But yeah, let's get into that right now. So I
want to talk about Kaylee a little bit.
Yes.
Just mention his stats there. So there's a play.
Yeah.
I think was, again, we talk about his maturation and stuff and how well he's going. So this one in particular, my wife even noticed.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a play in the beginning here when he's actually rolling out to the left, which when you're a right-handed quarterback rolling out to the left, you actually have to turn back to throw. He's rolling out and he hits, I think, Bohannon down the field here.
Yep.
And she even said, she goes, Jesus, that was an accurate pass. That looked hard. And he threw it and was all arm, but cocked it and just threw a dime.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
And to do that is very difficult. It's much easier if you're a right-handed quarterback to roll out to the right because your body position is correct. Your right shoulder's already back. You can cock and throw the ball. To turn back and throw that is a wicked hard throw.
Yeah.
And he just nailed it. And that's the thing. His confidence is growing.
Yep.
He's just throwing these dimes out there. I mean, and some of the incompletions, they're there. And our boys are dropping them.
Yeah, some of those were caught and then they let go of them or just off the hands. And so,
I mean, it's looking really good. And then too, the other side of it I see a lot is when he is rolling out, and we've seen it already this year.
Yep.
But the fact that he's looking downfield for his receivers and hitting them and stuff.
Yep.
I mean, it's awesome. Like the touchdown was that Gale where he's just standing there.
Well, and that pass, I was like, where? Oh, he's just throwing it away. Like they pan to him and he's going to and he throws it kind of weird. Almost like he threw it kind of sidearmed. Did it look kind of sidearmed to you?
He threw it nice and soft because it was just he's there by himself. It was like, I'm just gonna, there's no one around him. But he could have, like in past, at that point even, I thought, he's gonna run it. Instead, he stopped and he's looking downfield, and I think that's so much better for us that he's constantly doing that, not just running. And then on top of that, though, they have those designed run plays, like his touchdown that he got. That was a designed quarterback run where he just tucks it and goes. And I'm
so glad that he didn't get hit by that guy.
Yeah,
because that guy was looking.
That's the weird thing. I don't want him getting hurt either.
No,
so well.
Yeah,
but it's just I'm so pleased with his play, and the other two quarterbacks too. Flowers and Jensen came in. Yeah. Both looked really good. Flowers, I think, really wanted to throw the ball, and we were just making him basically hand it off. And it's like, but
I was hoping that they would let him loose a little bit because I heard he's a gunslinger too.
He can sling it, but I mean, it's it was that point of the game where we're just trying to get the clock to go and end the game, and not sling it. But the other thing I thought was really cool too when they ran I'm blanking. Wortham back in the Wildcat.
Yep.
Instead, there was one player, instead of pulling Ayat, they put him out as receiver, which I love seeing, because then it makes other teams go, oh, God, what are they going to do out of that?
Exactly.
Like, could they do, some kind of reverse thing where Ayat has the ball again, or flea flicker? So that was cool just to see some more formations out there to make other teams practice. And there's still things that we haven't seen that we're going to do when the time comes.
Well, it just makes me think that we're going to see that sometime, right?
Oh, yeah, we're going to see something. That's a formation that went, hey, everybody, Idaho, practice this week.
And neighbors, here you go. Here's something you got to practice. So, I can't even believe some of the things that he does. Just on the run and throwing is crazy. It makes me happy, because I think Luke and I have been pro Ayat for a while.
Wow.
We've
gotten some hard times from people because we are such pro.
Oh, yeah. It's just great to see what we saw in him come to fruition, and I'm just so happy for the kid.
And it's just going to keep. He's just growing so fast. He's going to keep getting better and better and better.
Yeah, someone contacted me when the game was going on. It's like, why didn't we do this last year with Ayat? I'm like, yeah, we were saying that. Like, we were all saying
it. It's like, it's just amazing how much, more confidence and they can mature in the game with that. So,
so great for him. One thing that I wanted to get was sometimes I didn't have time. The right side is still a problem. They started putting a tight end on that side as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, some of it is like when their blocking assignments are straight up and they know who they're going against, they do a great job. Because there was a couple of times the blitz came through and I looked, and every single one of our old linemen had a guy. And that's, what do you do there at that point? Then it's, Ayat's got to do something, or we have a back to pick it up. The biggest problem is that there's some confusion on there still, I think, with calling out the right blocking assignments, and that's when they get screwed up. Yeah. Now, against this team, they did a much better job. But at the same time, too, there was like the first series.
The first series was not good.
Cannon got blown up, and I'm like, what the hell? And so I even was texting some other people, and I'm like, did he get stepped on or something? Because he got pancaked by their defensive line. And I was like, oh, crap. Like, I was a little concerned right away, and then all of a sudden we started getting things going, and they played much better. But there's still some concerns there, for sure.
Well, and I think the concern for me is the fact that they still are playing this musical chairs with the center position with Klimzak and Botner. I think I sent you over the Skyline.
Send me that? Yeah.
So Skyline Sports, they kind of like did a breakdown of the plays of Botner and Klimzak. I'm just going to read it to you. So this is Skyline Sports. Colton Nuanez. So since Cade Klimzak has been in at center, Montana has 7 first downs and 14 points. Last week, Klimzak played 6 of the last 7 offensive possessions in the second half. Ayat went 17 of 23, 220 yards, and had 8 completions eight completions of more than 10 yards.
Yeah.
In the first half, Ayat didn't have a completion over 8 yards. That just lets me know that, hey, we should probably make a decision on who our center is going to be.
Klimzak should be it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's who should be our starting center, and he should be running the offensive line, and that's who it should be.
I don't even understand. Like, I understand you want to get a guy rotation time. And Botner, he's a senior, and he's super wicked smart. But I don't get why you would play with that the season when you had a starter last year.
Yeah, I'm exactly, and he came back, and that's why
he came back.
I'm hoping that this was just it feels like, at least it's our center, not our quarterback. Like, this was the same quarterback stuff we had to deal with last year.
Well, yeah, and it's just like on the line. It's just that's the quarterback position on the line, though.
Yeah, it is. It's so strange, especially when you have this known commodity of Klimzak, and like, he was even the player that they grabbed after the game and interviewed, because they're like, hey, like, he had such a good game, and so they need to just start him. and leave him there.
Yep.
You rotated him through. That's fine. You got him reps. Now let Klimzak be the guy and let him call out the blocking formations and call out who the mic is, and just let him run it. That's what needs to happen. I hope that's what we see. This rotating center thing is not smart. It could cost us, is what it could do. So
and it's, I understand that you're trying to get somebody rotation time, but
enough.
This game, I would not expect to see it.
Yeah, this
is conference time. This is probably a top 10 battle that we're going to be into this next week.
Yeah.
From the rankings. Please don't do that.
I hope that they don't do that stuff, because, to your point, it should be. My guess is it's going to be number 8 versus number 5, and that's
that's what I was thinking too as well.
Yeah, I think we're not going to move up any.
No.
Even though with the Kittens,
what happened? That was so weird. Yeah.
I had a few friends that watched that game that are actually fans of their team, and they're a little nervous.
So did they say anything? Because I'm like, I'm not going to watch it, but I'm like wondering what
the points. They just said that they have a lot of work to do. So
weird,
very strange. Yeah, I don't. Very surprising, but either way, they still won it, and now we get into conference play, which is great. I still think we're going to be 5. I think Idaho will be 8 or 9 maybe, and we'll be solid 5.
And I had a couple people reach out to me and say, hey, are they gonna drop the Kittens? And I was like, no, I don't think they will. It's still a 17-point.
Still 17-0. They blinked.
Nothing.
So
they didn't cover the spread, but
it'll just. Now, here's where things across the whole FCS, if we look at it, where it'll start changing now, as far as these rankings. Once we get into conference play, because that's a much more known battles and stuff, and so you start seeing that. That's where you're gonna start seeing some changes out there and stuff. But
yeah. So can we talk about Eli Sweetness Gilman?
Oh my gosh! In fact, watching him, there's times when he reminds me of like Walter Payton, how he would run and stuff. You hit a hole and you bounce it out here and get some of these long runs and stuff. And so, if you've seen it or maybe you haven't seen it out there, our fans, I had my daughter help me out, and she made this little spot the difference, and it had Eli and Walter Payton, and then there is no difference. And to those few people that have messaged me all upset about this, saying he's not like Walter Payton, and how could you compare him to what? I'm like, it's a joke. Like,
when did you do that?
What's that?
When did you do that?
I posted on a few different pages on Twitter.
Oh, okay. I haven't
a few other Montana fans pages, and some on the fans people are a little upset. Not many. Most people are like, yeah, this is, it's supposed to be fun. It's cool. And yes, there's times he does remind me of it. But am I saying he's Walter Payton? No. But some people take things so seriously. It's like, just chill out, man. This is just this is a young man who's probably one of the top, in the FCS. And why not put stuff out there that makes, hey, Walter Payton, he's a Walter Payton Award candidate, this year. So but he just bust those runs. Was that long at 69 on there?
Yep.
He's just and then you go down the thing here. I had a few other people call me and go, I had no idea, that they knew about Gilman and and they knew about Rocker and they know Finoti, but then they're like, and then we got Running Rabbit and Jones, and it's like, our stable of running backs is deep.
Yep.
Really deep, which is so awesome.
It is. It's great to see. I thought it was really cool for Tommy Running Rabbit to get that touchdown.
You know what surprised me about him?
He looked a whole lot bigger.
Yeah, he's put on some weight. He has put some muscle on. Like compared to last year, seeing him just on the sideline, that boy has got some muscle on him now, and he runs hard.
That run that he got the touchdown on was a great run that he bounced off some people, and I was like, he looks a whole lot bigger than because seeing him in high school a little bit and his tape, I'm like, man,
even
definitely put some time in the weight room.
Yeah, his picture he's got right now, he looks skinnier than he looks. I mean, he fills out that uniform. He was looking good, man. I'm excited for his future. Like that, there's some stuff there. Like he's gonna make some waves.
Well, and Stevie, Rocker Jr. only had 3 attempts. Fanoti had 10 for 59.
Yeah.
Gilman had 13. I don't think Gilman has had over 17 carries this year at all.
I don't think so either.
So,
but it was really the first half, and then it was
yeah.
And still rotating series, and that's the great thing about this game. Like, it showed you that we don't have to have like the weapons from like the game before. So I look at like Rocker, 3 attempts, and then like Davis had the 1 catch. Like we have so many weapons we can move it around. If all of a sudden a team wants to focus on one player, well, we can move it to somewhere else and and distribute the ball. And that's the great thing looking at this, both the running game and looking at the receiving. Look at the distribution across here. Like all the weapons that we have. It's just like, oh man, there's so much here.
Corbin Hendricks got a pass. That was awesome. Bohannon got 3. Deaver got that touchdown.
Deaver played great. We talked about him the week before, how he looked good. I mean, that kid's he's just growing too.
Yeah, so really good to see. Hopefully, Bohannon can come back from that injury. Hopefully, it's not serious.
People were asking like, "Oh, is he going to come back in?" He hyperextended his knee. You could see it. They weren't going to let him back in. Like with the opponent we had and the talent we have, it was like, no, get him. I kept saying, take him to the locker room right now. Yep. Like, go put him in the treatment room, get treatment on him. They were icing his knee and stuff. So hopefully he's back. We won't know until Saturday. No one's going to tell us. Like, even at QB Club, if you bring up any type of injury, Bobby just goes, my answer. So,
So, it was really great to see all these guys get some time. You keep on going down and you're like, oh, wow, it's distributed a lot. Brooks had that 1 catch for 1 yard. Dak had some catches. So it's really cool to see. I want to see the defensive side of the ball because I'm like, goodness gracious.
Oh, yeah.
Torbert again with 9 tackles.
Look at that.
Oven was 7.
Clay Oven just lays the wood out there too. Like on special teams, like when you're watching special teams, watch 37. Yeah. And Huff too. Tanner Huff. Yeah. He's out there blowing stuff up on special teams.
And Wing is just special, man. He is super quick. Holy cow.
He's so starting to get the defense too. He's starting to understand where he needs to be and stuff.
Yep.
He looks great. And then right below Wing, Hunter Peck. That kid could have been playing FCS ball the whole time. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
His hands are so good, and he's starting to, get in the backfield, disrupt stuff. He's really good at keeping contained. Like our defense, like I'm so happy with him on the defensive line.
Well, and that's what with what we're gonna face next week. That's gonna be so important too.
Oh my gosh,
is containment. And so I feel very good on that side. Just we're gonna have to, and we'll get into that, but we're gonna have to keep containment.
We just need to take number 3 and keep him contained. That's what we're gonna do next week.
That's
and I think between Peck on the one side and you got Solo on the other side, because they're really having him at times play that edge rush position, and that's where he's crushing people. And he has the speed to go out in coverage. Like he's such a big human. You see him out there, and I'm like, look, is that alignment? Nope, it's just Solo out there.
We've been having Dietrich, Kellen Dietrich as well in there, and when they have Solomon on there or Solo on there, and then also Peck on there, I've seen them have Dietrich in the middle with either Ramos or Bailey too. So playing that
like Mason too. We played him at. Yep. Even he used to be D tackle. Now he's back out there at the end. Yep. But they can move him in and out if they need to, like 3 tech and then back out to a 5 or whatever. And so there's so much. That's what I'm noticing. Like on the defense, between the linebackers and the D line, they're moving around so much, but they're starting to get it. And as they get this defense and understand how it works, that's when you stop thinking and you start playing. And that's where I see with Wing, like he's starting to play with that reckless abandonment where he's understanding where he needs to be and just blowing stuff up, which is so great.
I did not see Mason out there.
He was out there. I swear he was.
Was he? Okay. Because I didn't see him out there.
Gosh, I thought, I swear I saw Mason out there. He doesn't have any tackles, huh?
No, and usually if he played, he'd be on here. But.
Yeah. Maybe he didn't. Maybe I was thinking Mataafa or something, but
yeah,
I saw Mason, but maybe not.
Anyways, well, Gale showing up too, man. Holy cow! It's just so good to see him start catching some passes and showing what he can do. 4 passes for 57 yards.
Well, and then when he scored his touchdown, did you see how happy his teammates were on the sideline?
Yeah, yeah.
That just when you see that affection and stuff that the team's putting out, you can tell that they love, like they all love each other out there and they're playing for each other. It's like it just doesn't matter like they want to see their teammates do so well that they don't even care. They're like, I'm so pumped for my teammate, like that's when you know you're starting to get something special. When
Gale's new this year too, so
yeah, exactly.
It's awesome.
It's not a bunch of individuals; it's a bunch of guys playing together for one purpose, and that's what we're starting to see. And that's why people are starting to go, "Hey, something's going on here." Like we're starting to see this team's, could
starting to click
special. They're clicking, which is awesome, especially going into conference play.
Well, yeah, let's look at the defense a little bit more. So we got a little bit more pressure on the quarterback with that. Still have some missing tackles. I don't know if that's just new guys out there, but we had some missing tackles definitely on the fact that
who was the running back for the Sycamores?
Yeah, I was just going up there. That Nick Osho.
Yeah.
He had a long of 79.
Was it Osho or was it Ples?
Well, Ples Lawrence was the guy that I was like, wow, he's pretty good. But then the guy that came in, Nick Osho, was the guy that came in for him and had the big long run.
Well, I was thinking, I think Lawrence was the number one. Was
number
one. Yep. So that guy was 5'9", 200 pounds.
Yeah,
and we would hit him in the backfield, but he was busting through us.
Yes.
And so I kept screaming, "Wrap up!"
Yeah.
But I think part of it was just that kid's so strong. Like I think our guys were thinking they could arm tackle him, and that wasn't happening. Like he was busting through people, and so that was one of the big things for our defense. I think that they're going to be working on this week is wrapping up because so many times we made contact behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And it was that third or fourth person sometimes bringing whoever that person.
It
was him or even some of the receivers. So that's something we really need, especially going into this week with a couple with their two-headed running backs they have.
Well, that Rashad Rochelle was they used in the rushing department, but also the passing. He was there, and we had to mention that
he's good.
He's their guy. He's their everything that does everything. Yeah. We had to lock him down, and for the most part, he only had 4 rushing yards and 75 passing yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, he's good. He was the one I thought Bobby might be talking to after the game.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, son, come on over. And then I just wrote solo. My goodness, big fella. That's all I wrote.
Yeah.
That hit. Oh my goodness gracious.
And then, when you're scoring on defense, anytime you do that, when you start scoring on defense, you're probably going to win. Like that's just, it's like once you start doing that and then it just gets them so fired up. Like the fact that they're all of a sudden they're right back in the field, it didn't even matter. It's just like, nope, we're going to crush you again. So,
one thing we got to talk about, Loud is shutting down that other side.
Yeah.
The news is to attack that other side. Lawler
after Lawler.
Ford,
yep.
We've got to get that more solidified. I think that
I don't think they're doing a terrible job. Like there are times when Ford's a good tackler. Like there's times he was making really good tackles,
but he got beat.
Yeah, there's absolute times when him and Lawler got beat.
Both got beat long a couple times.
Yeah.
And that's why going into this next game, that's what we have to worry about is those long plays, those long passing plays. Because
that's why I almost wonder instead of, the coaches right now, you're just playing the defense, and whoever you match up against is who you match up against. Yeah. If we have someone like Idaho or like there's number 7 on Idaho is the one I'm worried about. Do we just take Loud and say you mirror this guy? You shot this is the guy you follow around, like.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's just because he can shut it down so much. Like if you have someone that's really, they're a deep threat and they're their best receiver, why not do that? If we think it could help. So,
yeah.
Well, I don't think we will, but I just
we probably won't do that.
If we feel like we can't, because the other team, what they're going to do is they're not going to take their best receiver and put him on loud. They'll go, hey, he's over here. We're going to put you over here, or motion out of it, and you'll have to. He's not going to run with you. Then I'll have over here, and then boom, they're going to hit him downfield.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I was looking at my notes for the next game, and I would concur that number 7 is somebody that we need to keep our eyes out on. So, yeah. But do you want any last thoughts on Indiana State?
No, I mean, again, it's a Missouri Valley team. We beat up. We were 2-0 this year against the Missouri Valley, which
2-0 against the Valley.
Because most of their teams either lost to them, or I think we have the best record in the last so many years. Yeah. Riley was saying against the Valley, and then I thought this was pretty cool. So Bobby's overall record right now is 141-41. So he's 100 wins over 500 right now, which is pretty awesome. But biggest takeaway, they had a good running back. They definitely came here to play, but our team just stepped up and kept stepping up. Like they stepped up to another level. I didn't see this. Like I didn't see this type of shellacking, and you'll hear people say too, and like I would agree with them. Usually Bobby didn't run it up, and I don't think he was really necessarily trying to. No, it was the fact that our players were just executing so well, they're scoring, and that's going to happen. No fault of running it up, but usually Bobby likes these tighter games and you run the thing out, but we were just busting through holes, and so that's where it's like, man, this could be special. Usually we don't see this till later on in the year. Yeah. Once we were really more solidified, and maybe we're going to have that happen faster and get through some of these harder games. I think it was nice to go from UND tight game. Yep. Indiana State, where we can blow the doors off of them. And now you take all that stuff and put it together going into one of our biggest games of the year. It's a conference game. It's for the Little Brown Stein, and it's a top 10 showdown. Yeah, on ESPN, too, where everybody's watching. So it's going to affect recruiting, everything. It's going to be on, as Bobby says, every bar in America is going to have our game on at 8:15 p.m. this weekend. So I think all this stuff.
It's against a rival, and it's also just it has implications for Big Sky Conference.
Oh, the conference, the playoffs, everything. There's so much. This is such a huge game, and I think, like I said, the first 4 games has led up to where this could be something big for us. Yeah, and this is a good opponent we got too.
And I think if we win this game against Idaho, then you might see some solidifying of moving the Cats down.
Absolutely.
Like definitely see some movement there.
Depending on what happens across the FCS this weekend, we win. That's all that matters. If we win, I assume the Bison will win, but who knows with the Jacks and Tarleton and the Cats. But if anything, I feel like we get moved to 4th or even 3rd possibly, depending on what this win looks like. Because we then have 2 ranked wins. We've got a ranked win against UND. Yep. And then we beat Idaho. We got a ranked win against a top 10 team. Yep. Well, not many other teams have considered they got 2 ranked wins already.
2 ranked wins.
And depending on how we do this, too, like if we blow the doors off them for some reason, well then, holy cow, then you got to move us farther up. But either way, this is great for our whole future for the Big Sky Conference. We want to win that, and then, like you said, playoff positioning too.
Exactly. If we want to buy and have home field, we got to have this game.
Oh, absolutely.
Have to have this game. Yeah. So
plus, we don't want to give the Stein back.
No,
it needs to stay in its rightful home at Washington Grizzly Stadium in Coach Houck's office.
Exactly. Let's go into meeting our opponent. Let's get into Idaho, right?
Sure.
Guys, they are averaging 23 points a game, and their opponents are averaging about 20. So a lot of close games this year. They are 2-2. Let's just go into their roster here. Sorry, guys.
Well, if we go into offense first, there's a few people that jump off the page on offense to me.
Yeah, well, let's go into who they've played. So they played Washington State. That was a narrow loss. 13-10.
In fact, I watched that game. They should have won that game.
They probably should have won that game. They came away with a win against St. Thomas, which is like a new division FCS team.
Yeah, St. Thomas
is kind of weird.
Yeah, they're up in Minneapolis.
Yeah,
and they play in the Pioneers. They don't have scholarships, and they were very good in D2.
No,
and up to the FCS. So
it's weird that it was like a kind of a letdown off of the Washington State game, which is kind of really weird. Yeah. They play Utah Tech. They missed 2 field goals in that game, and then they switched to this Pope guy is their field goal kicker.
Is that 91?
Yeah, and he missed another one this week.
Yeah, so he missed this week, and then they tried 48, and he's a lefty kicker, and he was missing stuff. Like their kicking
game is not good.
They're struggling.
Yeah, so they won that one 20-6. And by all accounts, what I've seen is that Idaho-San Jose State game, they probably should have won that game. They were up 14-0.
No.
You don't think so?
No. So they got up 14-0, but then San Jose State was playing good ball.
Were they?
It was back and forth then. I mean, it could have been either one of them, but it was a very tight close. It wasn't like, oh man, they totally should have won that. Like it was more so it felt like San Jose State needed to wake the heck up after they scored 14 to me. Yep. And then they started playing and getting the ball downfield. And it was a good game to watch. I actually enjoyed watching that game. It was it definitely wasn't them just falling down. It felt like San Jose State woke up and started playing football after the first quarter, really.
Yeah. So first downs, they're 46 rushing and 33 passing. So they do like to run the ball a lot more than pass. They will pass if they have to, but they'd rather run on you. They have a dual threat quarterback, which we'll get into. So they're averaging about 203 yards a game, and passing they're at 166. Total offense 271 total plays, 369 yards. They're allowing 337. So they're playing a lot of close games, and so they're allowing some yardage too. So one thing is the field goal kicks, right? Yeah. Like we said earlier, their kicking game is not good. And I guess it's weird because the Pope guy was pretty okay last year.
Yeah.
So might have the yips.
The yips. I mean, he's just pulling kicks and stuff. And you can tell. So like with the San Jose State game, they had 48 out and he misses, and then they bring 91 out and he misses, and then the coach was just like, "We're going for it on 4th." Like you could tell. And the announcers were saying, they're not gonna. They're 4
for 8. They're 50% on field goal kicks this year.
It's not good.
No, that's not good. Their average time of possession, 35 for 24. That they're going to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, it's interesting because Eck was big on that.
Yep.
And with the coaching change, we were all kind of curious. Well, that's still their MO. They want
their MO.
Run the clock down.
Exactly.
So a good example of that, one of the drives that they had for a TD against San Jose State, it was 11-play drive, 54 yards, using 6 minutes of clock.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was just like, they just ran it, and they're just like San Jose State. That was the thing they weren't ready for because they run this run and shoot.
Yeah.
The game just slowed down. Was pretty wild.
So, and then here's the next thing that kind of jumped out at me. They're 29 of 59 on 3rd down, which is 49%, but they are 8 of 9 on 4th down with 88%. So usually we're going to really have to make sure that we limit on 1st down so they don't have some 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2, because they're going to go for it on 4th down. Yeah. And I think that's what kind of Eck did as well. Like it looks very similar to this team.
Yeah.
So they have allowed a couple sacks with this. They're 12 of 14 in the red zone, with 9 of those being touchdowns. So pretty good in the red zone. And they're allowing 10 to 12 in the red zone. So let's go into some of the individuals on this. And right now, let's go into their quarterback Joshua Woods. He's a dual threat guy, guys. He likes to roll out when he throws. He likes to run the ball as well. He's quick. He is 6'3", 215. I think he
actually played at Fresno State. Yep. Yeah, he played at Fresno State and transferred over.
Yep. So he is a pretty big quarterback, and he can use his feet. He's 64 of 102, so 62%, 665 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 1 interception. The offense should and does run through this guy. It is, if you want to know their secret spice, this guy is their secret spice. They love running the ball, and don't get me wrong, they have three good running backs that they go to that we'll get into, but this is the guy that we have to stop.
Yeah. So I got a few notes just from watching the San Jose State game, and immediately I was like, dual threat quarterback.
Yep.
He keeps all these plays alive, and actually, this is where I'm worried about the tackling thing from last week. He slips out of tackles very easily.
Yes.
There was even San Jose State was a lot of not wrapping up and him slipping through guys. He's just so good on his feet, like just extremely good. But he does love to tuck it and run. Like if he thinks that he doesn't see his guy or what he's looking for, he will run it. Like that's his go-to, is just to run it down the field.
He's not like Ayat where he'll keep his head up and look. Once he feels pressure, he's going to run.
Yeah, he wants to run it. Now there was a couple plays against San Jose State where he kept his eyes downfield and caught the defense looking, because he was doing so much to just run it. And it's almost like he set him up for it, because all of a sudden he looked up and they were all coming because they just thought, oh, he's going to run it. And he caught a couple passes over the top on guys.
Yeah.
And so the big thing I think with us is, even when he is, until we know he's past the line, we got to stay on our assignments. We can't. Otherwise, we're going to have those plays which we saw against UND, where all of a sudden someone's wide ass open.
Yep.
We got it. This is, again, it's so funny. We've been playing all these guys. This is very similar quarterback that Central Washington had.
Yep.
Kaminsky from UND is similar to this. So now we got Joshua Wood, and he is that dual threat. Now, one thing I did notice, when he does throw the ball, and maybe this was just against San Jose State, but he's throwing behind his receivers all the time.
He is. He did that against Utah Tech as well.
He will miss his guys.
Yep.
So that's
that. And he's not very accurate with his throws.
No, he's not super. And so one of the things that I thought for our defense was, because he's doing that, if we can get some of the tip drill stuff, there's a good chance there's some good possibilities for interceptions, because if we can be tight on our guys too, like if he goes after Loud, there's some shots there where easy, pass breakups, or maybe getting those picks. So it'll be interesting to see there. But I will say this real quick about his receivers. That number 7 we mentioned earlier, that guy's catch rate is really good. Yes. So when he does throw behind him, he still usually grabs the ball. So 7's
Emerson Cortez Manjovar.
There you go.
He's good. He's 6'1", 192. He really had kind of a breakout against St. Thomas. Hit 78 yards. Didn't play very much. He had 3 catches against Utah Tech, but he had 84 yards in the San Jose.
That's where I saw him and said 5 for 84. I was like, gosh, this is the guy.
Yeah. So. They also like their tight end.
Yeah.
The Ryan Jerzro, 6'3", 202. Kind of a small for a tight end, but they do have him come out and line up as
he's a redshirt freshman, but he's going into the San Jose State game, he was their leading receiver.
Yep. And then they also have Tony Hartsey, 5'11", 175. He was their go-to guy for a while. He had 92 yards against St. Thomas, but they're not gonna beat you with the pass.
No,
they like to ground and pound.
Well, they'll throw to the running backs too. Like that's they're not afraid to 20. So I know you said they have the 3-headed monster in the San Jose State game. It was really 23 and 28, with 23 getting the lion's share.
Okay.
Of rushing and stuff.
Yeah, so against Utah Tech, they had 23, 28, and then Elisha Cummings, 20.
Yeah.
So what I have down here, 20 Cummings, he's their smaller back. He's 5'8", 188.
So he was at Washington State. He kept running the ball all the time. He kept seeing 7 attempts against Washington State.
Yeah, he is very quick. Very quick. Can cut on a dime.
There you go. He might be hurt. Look at that. San Jose State. No, because that's like we didn't see him at all in the San Jose State game. So
yeah, he's definitely their fast back. He'll catch it out of the backfield.
He might be hurt though.
He might be hurt.
I didn't see him at all in that game. So
yeah, and then Art Williams, he was their back that Utah. He had 144 yards against Utah Tech. He's their bigger back. He's 5'11", 205. From Idaho, so it kind of means something a little bit more to him, man. This guy, he likes to. I just wrote down. He's the bigger back. He's got good speed, and he likes to hit. He's not afraid.
It's funny because I put hits the hole really hard.
It's the hole hard.
Tough runner is what I put down, and then there was one play, and I don't know if they did this against Utah Tech, but there's a play that they ran almost like wildcat, but it wasn't. It's a direct snap to him so that he can just hit the hole super hard. It's just more of like again, not necessarily wildcat. It's they're running power, but they're snapping it right to him.
Right to him. Yep. Yeah. The other back is Nate Thomas. Yeah. He's the other big back too as well. 5'8", 210. And I think he's been kind of dinged up. I think he was there last year as well. And I think against the Utah Tech, they got him in a little bit to kind of get him a little bit better because he was coming off an injury, I believe.
He had obviously 15 attempts against San Jose State. And the thing I put down in that game was he runs hard also, but he's a real north-south runner. He doesn't he just hits the hole, and that's what he goes straight. He doesn't try to bounce that or anything. He just hits the hole hard and straight.
Yeah, and I said he's big and he's got good speed. He's quick, and he's not afraid of contact, man. He just goes and lays it out. So definitely that's three-headed monster in the rushing department. But then you got to look at Joshua Wood. He's their leading rusher with 314 yards, 78 yards a game. Definitely have to look out for them with that 203 yards of rushing.
Yeah, he's a dude.
Yeah,
and their O-line is good. Like I was watching them. The only one that out of all of them, I think number 52 is the only one I was seeing having any mistakes.
Yeah,
the rest of them, I just put sound solid O-line, excellent run blocking and pass blocking. Like they were doing a great job.
The one thing that I had down, I wrote down for Utah Tech, their linebackers had some lanes to run through. So it's something to kind of watch for because I saw it because their linebackers were getting in, not necessarily like getting to the quarterback, but they were going through the line, finding holes. That might be something that is good for us with what we do.
I think with our misdirection that we used on defense could really throw them off.
Yep.
One other thing I noticed I'm curious if you saw it against Utah Tech was there were times that they would go 5 wide and go empty in the backfield and chuck it deep. Like they were not afraid to throw it deep every once in a while.
Yep.
Again, the accuracy is not there, but I think the main reason they're doing that is
keep teams honest.
Yeah, the opposite of what your 3-run game. They're trying to keep them honest and keep you so you don't have 8, 9 in the box.
Yeah.
Stop the run because that's what they want to do. They want to run with the running backs and run with him, and but they will do this 5 wide again. At that point, you got to really watch out for the whole QB draw, trying to bust it out. And so that's the one. I guess I'm a little worried if we're running man and our guys are just staring and staying on their man, where you can create that separation where if he runs out and all of a sudden there's no one there because they're all following their guys and they're not turning around and seeing he's running. So there's going to be a lot of discipline this week to make sure we keep him in check.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have some containment of the quarterback and do something with that other side of the ball because we cannot lose those wide receivers because if he has time, he can get it there. It might not be accurate all the time, But it's not like he can't throw the ball.
No, he can throw.
He can throw the ball.
He's not. I would say he's not as accurate as Ayat is. Like
no, not close.
He's definitely. But the other thing I noticed, and curious again if you saw this in Utah Tech, was there against San Jose State, lots of misdirection before the snap. Like they're doing all sorts of movement and then once it's snapped too, they're really trying to get you with, not staying home and doing your assignment. Lots of misdirection. And so like one of the things I put on here, I said their goal is to get an aggressive defense to over pursue. Yeah. That's really what they want us to do, especially with ours. We're going to see a lot of that misdirection because they're hoping how aggressive our guys are getting that will over pursue and follow the wrong person and leave, again, lanes open or give him the opportunity to get downfield.
Well, and one thing I saw is they don't like it when it is 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. They feel that they're more comfortable with getting 2-3 yards on second and third down and having a 3rd and 3.
Oh, yeah. Like anybody. They
like that short yardage where they can kind of just do what they want to do and run the ball. Yeah. And then if they have to pass it, they have that option. So definitely one of those win on first downs is going to be really key.
For us. If we can do that, that'll be huge. The other thing I noticed with some of their formations is they run a lot of double tight end, and they really like they'll even bunch them on one side.
Yep.
The tight ends are really good, helping the line, chipping off, getting to the second level, and creating more blocks downfield. I mean, their run blocking is, again, that's
good.
They are very good at run blocking. So
yes, they are.
We're just going to need to be able to shed those blockers. And I think if we're with our 3-3-5 that we run, if we can run some of this where we look like we're blitzing or not, it could possibly confuse them on who they need to be blocking, who they should be blocking. And that might open us to, hit them hard and get in there and cause some disruption in the backfield.
Well, let's look at their defense too, because, we
were having a conversation beforehand, which is very interesting, and I want to talk about that.
Yes.
So,
their defense, I wouldn't say it's a great defense. It's kind of like a bend and don't break kind of defense.
Well, where I was going with this, against San Jose State, they were running our defense almost. Is it 3-3?
Yes, that's where you're going with it. Yeah, because Utah Tech, we had talked about this before. Is Utah Tech, they were playing a 4-3,
and that's what they were doing against Wazoo too.
Yeah, and so I called Luke today, and I was like, "Hey, they played 4-3, but I'm also hearing that they play like a 3-4." And you watched the San Jose State game.
It was literally three down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 like a nickel. It was like a 3-5 nickel almost, because San Jose State is the run and shoot. And so they had extra DBs. And like, it was interesting though, even their 3 down linemen at times, just the nose was in a 3-point stance. And these guys were out like 9 techniques and 2-point stances, just rushing. But again, because of that opponent, which just blows both Adam and I away, because they're adapting their defense to what their opponent's giving them.
That's awesome.
Which is
crazy.
Great. Yeah. Which we do a little bit where we run 4-man front, but we really try to stick with that 3-3-5. So I think, to your point, Adam, like we mentioned this, I think they're going to come in with a 4-3 defense on us.
Yeah, definitely.
Because of the fact that we have, Eli Gilman and Rocker and Finodi, and we like to run the ball too and set the run up to help us with the pass.
Yep.
I think that's what we're going to see is just their forefront. But
yeah, I would definitely think that they're going to do the four front. I wish they would do the 3 front.
I wish they would do it. Even if that 3-man front, I wrote down they have a solid pass rush.
They do have a solid.
They were good, and they were getting back to the quarterback. They definitely have a solid pass rush.
Yeah, they do, and it's not one of those defenses where like you go off and you're like, wow. They just keep everything in front of them. That's not
not necessarily.
Well, not their DBs. Their linebackers and their defensive line keeps everybody in front of them. Their DBs are a little bit more.
I almost said, not so fast, my friend.
No, I was getting there. They did have, against San Jose State, they did have 2 guys in their backfield that were not playing. So just saying, 2 of their normal guys that were normally there, they did not play. And so, yeah, they
makes a little more sense, because the one thing I wrote down against San Jose State was the deep ball was open for San Jose State, all day. The problem was their quarterback couldn't get the ball on the target. Like, their guys were beating him. He's underthrowing passes and stuff. And so, like, so finally when he started doing that, he hit for a couple big plays against Idaho way downfield. And so with something with like the moves that Brooks has and the speed we have and stuff, that could be really, we could take advantage of. And I think about Wortham too, and shiftiness between those guys. Like, there's going to be some opportunities for some deep balls downfield, some big play opportunities in the passing game too.
Well, and I just think of Gale too, because they're lining, which I love to see. Last week they lined him up in the wide receiver spot.
Yeah, you're right. Kind of Kelsey Bowers kind of thing.
Yeah. So I think that's awesome to see that. I think there's going to be some spots down the middle and deep that we could hit these guys.
Well, against San Jose State, they were blitzing hard on third down, but they left their corners out on islands. They were running man, and that's where they were getting beat. So I hope they do that against us, because I think that between our receivers and the accuracy that Ayat has, we can beat them.
Yeah, so they had 3 sacks. Isaiah King had 1.5 sacks, and Matthias McLean, 89, their defensive end, had 3 sacks as well. Or not 3 sacks, sorry, 1.5 sacks, sorry. It's kind of interesting, because their linebacker, that's Dylan, I think it's a cornerback actually, sorry, our linebacker, Dylan Lane is their leading tackler with 31 tackles. I don't know. I just get a weird kind of feeling with this defense. It doesn't impress me, but I'm worried about it as well, because I'm like, if you're able to change your defense like that and play, and they're able to adjust to it somehow, then what are they not showing us?
Right. Well, I think, like you said, a good way to talk to this defense is that bend but don't break. Like, but they'll still let you back. I mean, they let San Jose State back in it, and they're not blanking people out there.
No. And St. Thomas, they allowed them 30 points. So I'm not worried for our offense. It's just, we're really going to have to, on that defensive side of the ball.
Watching San Jose State, I think we could beat San Jose State. Just see. Just like I feel like our offense and our defense was better than the product that they were putting out there, and they pulled it off in the end here. But with their kicker that made one, who also had the yips apparently, but made one for San Jose State. So I just, this is going to be a good matchup, but it's not. I would say that this Idaho team isn't as good as the team that they had last year. I think Idaho's team last year was better.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't think so. I think this team.
But
what's that?
We didn't play them last year. But
no, we didn't.
But Idaho's team last year was better than this team was.
I think their defense was a whole lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
I think their quarterback,
he's good.
Is a whole lot better this year than that was last year.
I'd say he's the number one thing between. I think he's the number one person we got to worry about.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
If we can, again, like we always say, if you can get to him and put pressure on him, and bang him around, you're gonna make a long day for him. And he's just, the more you can hit him, the less accurate he's going to be in that passing game. And that's where I think, again, I wrote down at the bottom of the page that we should have turnover opportunities, because his throws are late. And I really think we could have some picks. Like, I could see us having a couple in this game, even not the the picks on the line and stuff, but like actually downfield, like Loud getting one, or Ford, or safeties or something.
Lawler, Harper. One thing is to watch, guys, the punt return. Hartsey, I know he had a muffed punt against Utah Tech. So something to kind of watch out for against them. So not too terribly like on the season. He's averaging six average for punt return. They're averaging about 20 on their kickoff. But their kicking unit, like we've said earlier, is atrocious.
It's not Pope.
No. The Pope
Like they'd be like, nope, we're not good at this. We need to improve that.
Well, Pope is 2 for 6, and they're saying Forsman's 2 for 2. Did he miss one? 48.
Yeah.
So they're saying that he didn't miss one.
Oh, I thought he did, or maybe it was the distance they were concerned about, and that's what they put. But his long is 49. I don't know, but they decided to put Pope back in, and he missed. And it was like, okay.
He's 1 for 3 from 30 to 39, and 0 for 2 from 40 and 49.
It's
some of those weren't even close. They're like wide right or wide left.
And like even against San Jose State, their FBS, that there was no crowd there. Like the crowd we have is gonna be bigger and louder.
Yeah.
So it's especially, oh my gosh, like I think about Saturday night. Like I really wish I was able to make this. I was gonna drive up there for this game, but my daughter's got homecoming and stuff. She's a senior, so we're staying home, but it's gonna be rowdy. Everybody's gonna be lubed up. Like it's gonna be. I can't wait to see the production on TV and what water.
Oh man!
I know this last week we forgot to talk about it.
The stripes, man.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so good.
It did. It looks really good.
They understood the assignment for sure, and it looked really good.
Yeah. I can't wait for this next week. 8:15, guys, on ESPN2. It's gonna be awesome. I just can't wait. Can't wait.
It'd be great. Well, before we get into picking teams and questions, there's a story I wanted to tell real quick.
Okay. Can we do keys? What do you have any keys?
Oh, sure. Sorry, I thought we did
that. Sorry,
my bad. Oh, well, there's your tease. Keep listening. I got a story I want to tell.
Sorry
about Brian Ayat.
Okay, so keys of the game. I think we got to contain. Right, we both said that you got to contain the quarterback. Don't get beat on the big play action. They like to go play action and beat you on that. We got to take away the run so that they're made to pass and win that first down and beware of that possession battle.
I like that. Take away the run. If we do that and force them that they don't want to throw the ball.
No, they don't want to. They don't want to run pass the ball.
Again, if we can get ahead on the scoreboard a little bit, and shut down that run and force them to, that's really what they don't want to do. Yeah,
they don't. So sorry.
You're good. As far as my keys to the game, I would say similar to yours is we just containing Joshua Wood.
Yep.
And his run game too. And then on the offensive side for us, I would say our offensive line.
Yes.
Well, they do, because they do have they had a great pass rush against San Jose State. And so we need our offensive line to show up, create holes for the run game, and just have the best game they've had all year and keep progressing.
Well, and this is a key moment, right? This is where we got to see some growth with this side.
Yeah, this is huge for us. If they come out there and play awesome and start and give Ayat the protection, and he had great protection last weekend. If they do that again this week and then open up holes for the running backs, I mean, this, like you were saying a little bit ago, this is going to show, like, hey, we're on that top echelon right now. We are competing for the national spot. Yep. If we can do that. And so this is a great test. I'm glad we got this game. I'm glad it's at Washington Grizzly. But I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too. Can't wait. All right, story time. Story time.
All right. So it was you had sent me a note about Ayat and just some comments we got about, and we've always been supporters of him and stuff. And so popped in my head going to high school in Missoula. So that was when I was in high school. Brian Ayat was the guy who was the main starting quarterback for the University of Montana all the way through the 98 season. And that was my senior year, was 98 at Sentinel High School. And we were not very good. We hadn't won a game in many years. And cool thing is sometimes you get Griz players and stuff that come to practice. Well, Brian actually came to our practice early on in the season. And he was working with one of our quarterbacks and just kind of helping out a little bit. I think they asked him and he came. And so at the end of practice, they said, let's have a throwing competition to see who can throw the ball the farthest. I think it was Brian's idea. And so we started throwing, and anybody could compete. And so we're all throwing it out there. And it ended up being me and Brian at the end, myself. Here I'm a defensive lineman / linebacker and offensive tackle. And So, and I could tell he hadn't like given it his all yet, right?
Yeah.
It's down to us two, and we're at the end zone, and I chuck it, and I throw it like just over 60 yards, and like I gave it my all, and which was a damn far throw, right? Brian looks over and just, I mean, barely wings it and throws it 70 yards. I mean, it didn't feel like he even threw it that hard. It's like, all right, you win. And it was fun just seeing all that. But yeah, that was, I just remember him. I was just like, oh my God, you barely even tried and you just threw it 70 yards. And
that's awesome.
So, I don't know. I don't know if Brian listens to this or not, but that was cool at that time. We all thought that was awesome. He came to our practice and we got to have the little throwing competition. And, you know, that was, God, almost 30 years ago, 27 years ago.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's. I mean, I think we're so lucky that his son came there, and we're seeing this growth, like we were all hoping for the year before. And man, sky's the limit.
It is.
It is. He's a sophomore.
Yeah,
and it's just gonna keep growing, man. It's like I said last week, instead of Ayata Pachenko, it's Ayata Davis. And so many other weapons he has distributing the ball, and I'm excited, just super excited to see what happens the rest of the year. So
yeah, and hey guys, there's a lot of NIL out there. If you guys need us, I've been getting a lot of people, hey, where can I get Eli's, or you know, there are some really cool Montana Roots has some stuff that Eli has, and Ayat has as well. And so also if you get onto their, you know, socials too, usually a lot of them will have their links to their NIL shirts and stuff like that. Definitely go support them. I know there's a lot of sites out there that I don't know if they're they're legit or not.
Make sure it's legit. Go to the WIR or Root Sports.
Yeah.
They're the ones that have the threads. And like the good thing is I think the bookstore's got links to it. I think even the M store has a link to it. But like, if you just go online like that, you'll see their photos and they're in the shirts. Like it's actually them wearing. I think Drew Deck's got some too. And
Eli's got some, Drew Deck's got some, QE's got some. So definitely go support them. We want to show that we support them. But I've just been getting a lot of phone calls, or not phone calls, but messages. Hey, where can I get this? And so I did a little search today. So
yeah, we'll try to maybe share some more of that too. Just get that. So all right, you want to pick some games before we get to questions?
Let's pick some games, man.
All right, so I already picked mine earlier today, and I got my scores up for the Griz. So right now we're tied 40-40. 40.
Nice.
40, right. So now that we're getting to conference play, I think this is where we might get some separation, but we'll find out here.
Okay.
So as always, I'll end with the Idaho at Montana game.
Okay.
First game out of the gate here, we got Idaho State, who beat Lincoln 90-0 last weekend. I had people texting me like this, going, "Is this real?" I'm like, "Yeah, Lincoln's not very good.
No.
Idaho State just Anyways, so Idaho State is going to Greeley playing Northern Colorado.
See, this is a hard game because I don't know.
Northern Colorado's been playing good football.
I know.
Yeah, and
they're going to Greeley.
Yep.
I don't know if I want to look up Idaho State did.
If their quarterback's back or whatnot.
Yeah. Did they?
Everybody in their entire team played and I think scored a touchdown this last weekend.
Everybody did?
I don't know. I'm just joking.
Oh, I was going to say, oh my gosh.
There's a lot of guys that played. Like Idaho State played against Lincoln when they put that 90 burger up there. A lot of people played in that game. Like they didn't leave their starters in. They pulled them and it was like, you know, everybody they had that could play played, it looked like.
Oh man. I'm gonna go ISU on this one.
I went ISU as well. I think that
it's gonna be a close game.
It's gonna be dang close, and I think Northern Colorado could pull it off, but I think Idaho State's offense is what will get them.
Yeah, I think it's gonna
be a high scoring game too.
Yeah,
So.
and I think if you look like Northern Colorado, a player or two could be one of the teams that just surprises you this year.
I think
they lose to Colorado State, which
they shouldn't have.
Yeah. And then they lose an overtime game in South Dakota, and then they beat HCU, Houston. I think it's Houston Christian. And they beat Chadron State. So ultimately, they probably should be 4-0. With that, maybe that South Dakota 3-1. But yeah, definitely a team that it's not going to be just a rollover game this year.
No.
Ed Lamb's got that. Ed Lamb's got that team going in the right direction.
After you're reading all that stuff off, I'm like, maybe
I'm going back and forth as I say all that stuff because I'm like, I was looking up the quarterback situation.
I'm changing my mind. I'm going to Colorado.
I know. I just talked you into it. I'm like, oh man, I want to go back that way, but I'm gonna say ISU.
Okay, I had ISU. I'm changing my mind. I like Northern Colorado home. Greeley, let's go. All right. So this next game too, I had a hard time with. Eastern Washington at Montana State.
Montana State.
I picked Montana State too, but
yeah,
I think this game's gonna be closer than we think.
Like, I think this could be a trap game.
Definitely, especially after this last weekend, and I'm really interested to see how this game ends out. Now, Montana State could come and just blow the doors off and beat the hell out of Eastern Washington.
Yeah,
but I don't think so. I think it's going to be close, and I think Eastern, if anybody, they could pull this off.
I think it'll be double-digit win for them because I think their coaching staff is going to be like, "What the heck happened last week, guys?"
Yeah, I think they're getting. Yeah, I agree. Montana State for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Next game, Northern Arizona goes to Portland State.
Northern Arizona.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
And man, what would they be? I don't know their Northern Arizona. We said, they had to get that last game against who did they play last night?
Which they did.
They did. So, and I've been all high on Northern Arizona all year. They're
last
3-1. Yeah.
They played Incarnate Word 31-23.
Okay.
They beat Incarnate Word, which now Incarnate Word is going to be out of the top 25. But again, we both said they had to do that, and which they did. So
this not this week, but the following week could be a very interesting game. Northern Arizona plays the Cats.
The Cats, and it's in Northern Arizona. That'll be good.
Yeah.
But we're on week 5.
Sorry.
So, no, you're good. That'll be a good game. So you got NAU. All right. Next game is Cal Poly goes to Sac State.
Sac State.
I also took Sac State.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's a dumpster fire right now in Sac State, but I think they'll still pull
They're still good. Yeah, they're kind of just up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Last Big Sky game of the week. This game's also at 8 p.m. Weber State goes to UC Davis.
UC Davis.
Yep, I have that as well. So, all right, we got one difference. I switched and went to Northern Colorado. Talked me into it. I'm like, yeah, I want to.
It's all part of my plan.
All right, yeah. Well, then we're all the same. All right, so then we've got Idaho Vandals coming to the University of Montana to play Washington Grizzly at 8:15 p.m. on ESPN2. I took the Griz. I assume you're taking the Griz.
Yes.
The question is what are your points going to be? I've got mine down, and I've got Versus, and Versus and I were close.
Okay, so I'm going back and forth on this one. I say it's going to be 36. No, wait a minute. 35-21.
35-21. We're close too.
Okay.
All right. So my score, I had Griz 31-24.
Okay.
I got a pretty tight game, and then Versus had Griz winning 34-17. I think I like that one more than any of ours. So versus
34. They said 34-17.
34-17. They're a little bit more confident than you and I are with the Griz, I guess. But
and what I said 36-21, right?
35-21.
35-21.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, as you know, people hear us picking our scores. It's going to be a close game.
It's going to be a close game, yeah.
I mean, I hope we're wrong and we win 38-10.
That'd be awesome.
That would be great. But this is a good team. Like, they are definitely improved from even the Washington State game. When I watched against Washington State, I was like, yeah, we should take these guys.
Yeah.
Washington and San Jose, they're good. Like, Idaho's good. They could have won that game. San Jose decided to turn it on, and really it was their deep ball that helped them.
Yeah.
And the fact that their kicker could actually make field goals.
That kind of helps.
It does a lot. So
yeah.
All right,
man.
All right, we got our week 4 down.
Exactly. Well, we got some questions, man.
Yeah, lots of questions. Before you jump into that, I wanted to give some shout outs real fast. So I love seeing this every week now. People putting their colors up.
Yes, man.
And Bridger Lord started us out up in Boston, throwing his colors up. So great to see that game day. And then Brian Hunt at his new tailgate. He's got his Hopkins flag up, and then the Griz on top of it. And so he was had his flag up, and then jumped over to Jeff Lintvin. He from Pawleys Island, South Carolina, got his Griz colors up along with the American flag. And then Zach Ford, of course, he got his up again. So nice to see that. And then Ross Flatiger, he put his up. This is cool. It's got like the Montana Griz helmet with the University of Montana behind it. Jamie Robinson, she was flying her flag down at Billings. So I love to see Jamie's up. That was awesome too. And then, of course, I threw mine up. And then luckily, I don't know if you saw it. They put me on TV too.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I saw you on TV. I thought that was pretty cool.
I need to get that. I took a picture of myself and I was gonna send it. I didn't have the logo.
Gotta get the little QR code.
Code to be able to do that. But also wanted to give a shout out to some of the people that rated us on Apple.
Oh, very cool.
So Iowa.
I didn't see that. So yeah. Let's hear it.
So Glendive Griz gives us a go Griz. Thanks, guys. Great pod. Thanks for the content. So thanks for giving us those 5 stars.
Thank you for listening.
And then this one, in a den down by the river.
I love it. The den down by the river. So cool.
If you love Griz football the way I do, this is a podcast that is a must listen. It is about the only time I can be happy and do the dishes at the same time. Thanks, guys.
Love it.
Love that.
Thanks,
guys, for listening and giving us those ratings and subscribing.
I don't know if that's a guy or a girl, but whoever your spouse is, they're like, oh, they really like doing the dishes.
Well.
They don't mind doing the dishes for multiple hours even. Great. I love it. Love it.
So definitely thank you guys for listening, but also rating and reviewing and giving those to us. It helps us out to get out there. We've got 54 ratings, man.
Oh,
so
sweet.
Not too bad. So
very cool.
But we've got some questions.
I've got a whole bunch of screenshots from X, and then I've got a few other ones too, just that people have sent. And
I've got one on Instagram that before my phone dies. Cody Wellman.
Oh yeah, Cody.
Says, thanks guys. I can't wait for next weekend. The worst part is I have to stress out about the game all day. Said, question for the pod. What does the secondary need to do to prevent the long ball that has beat us multiple times this year? Is it just the speed at the corner, or are we missing assignments on them? I don't think it's speed. I think we have the speed. I think we're just getting beat.
I would like to see if we really have if we know they're going to be throwing the long ball, or feel like they are maybe getting, just because we have so many DBs getting help over the top.
Yeah.
For that Lawler, for forward. I mean, Loud seems like he's able to handle it, but
yeah. I think it's something that we're going to have to watch. What do they do? I don't know. Do they double team or give help? Harper could help off the back.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. They've got to do something. If they can't get it straightened out, they're going to have to.
Yeah, and I think especially like this weekend, they will go, like I said, 5 wide and throw the deep ball. If we do give extra help over the top, because of that's the one flaw, I guess I would say, in Joshua Wood's game is his accuracy deep and sometimes his passing accuracy. If we do have that extra help, that's where the tip drill could go in. Back when, remember, that's how we saw Justin get so many picks, was a lot of times they were getting tipped up or it was just a little bit inaccurate. He's jumping on the ball. So we could see that. I really think we're going to see some picks this weekend.
I think so too. Oh, let's see here. Sorry, I'm trying to find those on eGriz here. Well, I find them on here. Do you want to?
Sure. I've just got like a.
Okay.
So Jay Larson, he had a little food for thought that he said if you wanted to throw it out on the pod, you sure could. So I'm just going to read it here because I thought this was pretty interesting and wanted to see what your take is on it. So he said, last season is starting to make a lot more sense to me through the eyes of this year. It starts with last year's defense sucking and having the 2 QB system and not sticking with Ayat making freshman mistakes, which we both agree too. Like, let him work through those mistakes.
Yep.
So he had a short leash on because the defense could not hold up. Now, this season, the defense can make things happen and hit the QB constantly and stop other teams. So you can let Ayat make some more mistakes without risking an embarrassing loss, which has to have led to an increased confidence in him and trust for the OC. I think Bobby has all the trust in him, but Pease hadn't until now. So he's just kind of where our thoughts are. And I think he's partially right. I think that there was a trust factor there. And I think after this last weekend and seeing the way he can operate the offense and throw dimes is going to let Pease open the playbook even more. Like, I think if you have that trust in your quarterback to get the plays done, then you're going to open it up more. And it does help when you have a good defense that can just go, hey, don't worry about it. We got you.
Yeah. I think Bobby has a hard time trusting a underclassman quarterback. And I think you've seen that going back.
He did more last year. This year,
no, and that's what I'm trying to get to is I think last year he was kind of leery of it, but also then he saw his defense just get obliterated and couldn't stop anybody, and so I think he was ultra conservative in what he was allowed to do, and really wanted to play Bobby ball. And so I think that's where that kind of came from. I totally agree that our defense is a whole lot quicker. Flies to the ball. And so I think I think he's giving a little bit more rein. I think Pease would just let it fly no matter what. I think if he could call a game like he would want to, I don't know. I
don't know either.
Sometimes I'm like this last game was great and we did different things and it wasn't predictable. But then some other games, I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, why are we running the same play to the right side? Or
I don't know. Yeah, I think there is some trust there for Pease, and I think he's gained trust with him.
Yeah,
I
think it's only going to continue.
Yeah, we'll see as it progresses. One thing I will say is like the body language when Ayat comes off on the side and is talking to Bobby and stuff. It seems like there's more trust there. Like it feels like it's more calm and just like we hear little adjustments and go out and execute. So, Jay had a second part on this as well.
Okay.
He said it's about the defense, and I thought this was quite interesting, so I thought I'd share it. He said the defense is going to hit the QB, and sometimes it looks like we will trade a touchdown for getting a big shot on the quarterback. By the end of the third quarter, he is going to get inaccurate and gets all the hits, taking all the hits. And once again, last year's defense couldn't do that. And after last year and comparing it to what's happening this year, gives me much more appreciation for what's going on. And so it does feel that like sometimes where it's like, okay, we're going to just pound this guy and hopefully that he'll be so beat up by the third and fourth quarter, his inaccuracy goes down. It's an interesting thought.
Yeah. I don't think that they ever want to get scored on.
No, I don't.
But
think so.
I do think that if they can hit the quarterback, those guys are hungry. They want to hit the quarterback.
They do. They want to hit him. And that's why I'm so glad we got some sacks this week because they've been getting to him, just not getting that sack.
Yep.
And so this week we do. I mean, we need to contain this guy, and if we can put him in the dirt, it's going to make for a long day at Griz for Josh.
Well, and I just don't think that this guy's going to see. He's not going to be ready for seeing our defense is going to be different to him. And so I think that's going to help us in the long run. And if we can get into his head a little bit and make him think before he throws, I think that that's going to help. But we could go the other way too, where he just starts running the ball all the time because he's just like super anxious and scared about, getting hit.
So. We very well could be. Yeah. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
But nice.
You want me to keep going from the X questions here?
Well, we've got one from Griz. It's beware the D. It says, do any of you think that oh gosh, I can't even read. Do any of you think you could be Eli Gilman in a 40-yard dash? That's no. I don't think I could no.
No, even I'll even say this. At one point I could run a 4.9 in my best shape, and there's no way I'd still be able to beat him.
I don't even think I could beat him in a 10-yard dash.
Like Eli, he's got. It's nice because he almost has that extra gear too.
Yeah,
where he'll throw it on there and just, my favorite thing I think about Eli more than those, his long runs and throwing the extra gear is just his vision, like the fact that he can see stuff and knows where to bust it out and roll out, and that's where I was again with my Walter Payton comparison is the vision he has to hit the hole or bounce it out when he needs to is. You can't teach that stuff. Like he just has that, which is pretty awesome.
So I think I might have read this wrong. Sorry, beware the D. It says, any of you think you could beat Eli in a 40-yard dash? ? Eli has to wear rollerblades on grass, and y'all get a 20-yard head start. I think, then I could. If he has to wear rollerblades, I could probably beat him.
If he's wearing rollerblades on grass, and I get a 20-yard head start, I could beat him.
Yeah, I could beat it. It's hard to run on rollerblades.
If I only got a 10-yard head start, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
have you ever tried to run on rollerblades? It's really hard.
I've never tried. But
I've done it like trying to run after someone, and like your ankles.
That would be.
That's hard. That's really hard. Yeah. So I think I could beat him.
I think I could beat him there too. I didn't know about that part, but just even like, let's just say we said just a regular 40-yard dash. At that point, if it was a 20 and he was running normally, I don't know if I could beat him. Like, I got a half set to start and it was just running, he'd probably still beat me.
So if Eli had we did a 40-yard dash and we got a 20-yard head start and it was just like normal, I don't think I'd beat him.
Yeah.
I think if you give me a 30 maybe?
Yeah, because then you only have 10 yards. I think I could do it.
10 yards, I think I could probably do it, but
the 20, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. He's got a couple questions
if you
here.
Put his brother Monty out there.
No way.
Monty's freaking fast.
Oh my gosh.
3-4-2. Jesus.
Yeah. His other question here, it says, how much do we read into this game, particularly the offensive production? Does this hold up in the Big Sky play?
I think it will against some teams. And the thing, I think here's where this is beneficial is both you and I were thinking max like high 30s, low 40s, and we put 63 up.
Yeah.
That shows you that we could, and Bobby doesn't like throwing lots of points up. Like our offense was just going.
And if you look at it too, also, the last year that we played them was 2023, and we put 49 up.
Yeah.
And that was, and that was when we made the national championship game. So I think we're good.
Yeah. And a game like that builds confidence across the board for your team.
Yeah. Yep. His other question here, it says, what Griz players, offensive or defensive, need to step up for them to maintain momentum and get the W against the Spuds? I would say our offensive line needs to step up and do a great job. Especially and then what's that?
So especially the right side.
The right side, definitely. And then just make sure that the coaching staff, I would say, needs to solidify that center position.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Defensive side, I would say I would just say our defensive ends, not that they're not necessarily doing a bad job right now, but I just think we just have to keep containment.
Yeah, they have to. Deep is the deepest man against Joshua Wood.
Yep. And so
I was going to say the same thing. D-line and linebackers is what we need to have the most, because they want to run the ball so much. We need to stuff that run, which in turn stop the run, and we force them to pass. That's that they don't want to throw the ball. That would be beneficial to us.
He says here, guys, I'm leaving my wife at home with the newborn to go to this Idaho game on Saturday. What tasks can I do for her so that I'm not in the doghouse when I arrive home late after the game? I would say
so you got the diaper genie, get that thing cleaned out. Get your diaper genie out so it's nice and fresh. On the day of the game, because it's a late game, do as many change as many diapers as you can. Like that's do all that. Let her just chill. And then an hour before you're gonna leave, sit her down, give her a foot massage. And then when you get back, no matter how drunk you are, if she offer another foot massage, and if she's good, then you just go to bed.
I would say that the week leading to it, when that baby wakes up, you are doing all the nursing and all the changing of the diapers. I would say, beforehand, I think Luke, foot massage, that's probably a good thing too.
Back
rubs. I would say maybe make her dinner, or even like get her dinner out so she doesn't have to cook.
That's even better. Yeah. If you make something she really likes, do that, or whatever her favorite meal is.
Buy that,
take out and give it to her.
Yep. And then, maybe bring her favorite alcohol beverage after the game so that you guys can both celebrate.
Yeah, there you go. I like that even more. Yeah.
I don't know if she's doing that while nursing, but hey, I don't know. But yeah, that's awesome that she's going to allow you to do that.
Yeah.
And if she's not allowing you to do that, then
you picked a good one.
You might be sleeping on the couch, man.
Either way, prepare the couch, because it could be a late game. That you don't wake the baby up. That's the one thing you don't want to do when you come home.
Yeah,
don't wake that baby up. If she's sleeping, the baby's sleeping.
Sleep on the couch, man.
Sleep on the couch. Sleep in your truck. Whatever it takes.
Yep. Oh man, that's a good question. That's his last question. That's the only one that we had on there. So we got Twitter questions.
Cool. I got a whole bunch here. All right. So Rob Turner at Papa Teen BMT. Rob. All right. He says he asked GFP the same question. What are you guys going to do all day while waiting for the Griz to kick off against Idaho? The wait is monstrous and it drives me crazy. So, Adam, what are you going to do?
See, I have a
you always have busy stuff.
I have a to-do list. So we just bought a house in May. And so there's always something to do. I've got to winterize my camper. I definitely need to do that. There's some fire. So I need to cut wood for our fireplace. I need to do some cement work for this project I'm doing with the fence. And then I've got kids. So between all that, I'm good. I think I can make it till 8:00.
Yeah, you definitely can. Yeah. So, we have homecoming the night before, which will be, a late homecoming dance, all that stuff. But the day of, I was laughing slightly because my wife and I, before I even saw this question, we're talking, and I was like, what we need to do? We need to winterize the camper. We need to do that. Like, it's getting cold. So I'm going to wake up. I'm going to go hit the gym, go lift, because I love lifting on game days. And then, we're going to drive. We restore our campers actually 55 miles south of where we live, because that's where we go camping all the time, and they have a nice storage facility. So we're going to go down there, and I'm going to go winterize the camper, and then, that doesn't take too long. The problem is then the afternoon. The good thing is there should be a lot of good football on, so I'll probably watch some of these other games and stuff, and then, just constantly look at the watch. The other thing you can do, and I love doing this, 3 hours before the game, the Varsity Network app, you can listen to the pregame show. I do that all the time. Love it. So you just have that on or throw it on a speaker and to do dishes like that. Our other listener, I do that. Like, this last week, I'm doing the dishes, listen to Riley and the all the guys on the pregame show, and so I recommend doing that too. But it is brutal when you got those late games. It's just like, oh,
I don't know though. The night game is so cool though.
I love them. Like it's just part of me even thought, homecoming's the night before. What if I just got up at like 4 a.m. and drove to Missoula and made it for the game and then just drove back the next day? That's a lot of driving. But
that's a lot of driving.
Yeah. I'll probably just watch it on TV. I do enjoy watching it with my wife and stuff and my daughter and hollering and all that. So
yeah, definitely. Cool.
All right. Next question is from Royce Bidwell at MT Griz Rule. Offensive play calling has been less predictable for 5 quarters now. How long can it continue? Big game against Idaho. Does Pease go back to trying to protect Ayat, or are the reins finally off?
Oh, that's what I'm worried about.
I think the reins are off. I think between the last 2 games, he's seen enough from him where, it's go time, especially when we run that hurry up offense, man.
Man. I don't think it's not necessarily going to be Ayat. I just think that he, in certain situations, he kind of crutches the offense and what he calls sometimes.
I agree.
It's not necessarily a certain person. It's just like what they're trying to do. I just don't get what they're trying to do. There's so many weapons.
Well, I wonder sometimes if Pease is like, this should work. I'm trying it again.
Yeah.
I saw the film. This should work. Try it again. And it's like, no, it's not working.
It's not EA Sports NCAA football where you can do that.
Run the same play. So, okay, cool. All right. So next question. This was off of YouTube. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So Adam, he says, "Hey fellas, I got a random question for you this week." He goes, actually, it's for Luke specifically. He says, "Luke, I believe you played for Houck," which I did not actually. So what it was is I would have actually been a senior because I got hurt and stuff, and the coaching staff changed. My senior year, they already had the graduate assistants and things like that, and so the one thing I did was I actually filmed for Houck. So didn't coach under him, but actually was up filming practices and just doing some other things just to help out. But anyways, he goes, it sounds like you may have, and he goes, apparently he was a student there at the same time. So who knows? We could have ran into each other.
Nice.
If you ever came down to the bodega, I was there bartending and bouncing half the time anyways. So, so his question was this, though, is if you played for Houck in his early years at Montana, what are 1 or 2 of the biggest differences in his coaching methods back then and opposed to now? Now, I do know this because I still saw it and all that. I think he's much less strict. Like, even though he runs this really strict stuff, it was like his way or the highway, and same with the whole Bobby ball thing. Like, he was much more, you're not going to, like, you see our guys kind of dancing a little bit now and doing some things. Like, he was much more like, it's my way or you're out sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you could be that way more back then because once you recruited a player and they were in, it was so much harder to transfer out. Like, you could just like, nope, you do what I say and you condition, you do this. And there was players that thought he was an asshole. Like, I remember guys saying that, like, man, he's a dick. And now I see the players really liking him. He's much more of a father figure. Because really he was a young guy back then too. And so I think he's much more taking that role of the father figure as a coach as opposed to where it was.
I think having kids too and having
makes a big difference.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah. Last part says, I understand the college game is completely different nowadays, and their defensive scheme is completely different too. But just curious on the thoughts. I mean, back then we were in the 4-3. But that just shows your coach matures and picks up different things. As Bobby will say, and any coach will say this, no, there's no original idea. They all just steal stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. And that's what he was coaching clinics. And obviously, when he was down in San Diego State, it impacted him a lot and said, hey, this 3-3-5, I think this is something special. And it is so hard for an offense to, if you play it right, to defend it. Or to execute against it. And so I think that's why he changed on that. But, as we're seeing this year, there's times when they're running a 4-man front,
this is different.
They're doing things different a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. That was a long one. Let's see here. But Adam, appreciate you listening and for your question. All right, next one we have at. Oh wait, hang on. I was making sure this wasn't one of those weird comments we get for some people that aren't cool. But I think this is also on.
What? What was that?
We get that one guy that's on there from the
the YouTube channel.
Yeah, if he asks a question, I can answer it.
Yeah, no, sorry.
So this is at Wisdom Veritas 6281. It says it's surprising that nobody is talking about the rotating carousel of the centers, which we have.
We have been.
But he also says nobody in college football rotates their centers.
Nope.
And those guys are responsible for making the correct protection calls. And our QB was sacked 6 times and pressured all day. I don't know about pressured all day, but maybe they were talking about UND. But
I think they were talking about UND.
They must have been talking about UND and commented on this one. Yeah. But either way, the rotating center thing needs to stop, and I really hope that they stop it this week. So.
Yeah, and I don't think we didn't have any sacks last game.
I don't think so.
Against us.
He must have been talking. He commented under that one, but was talking about the UND
game.
Either way, the carousel, the rotation
has to stop.
Is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Bridger Lord. He says, man, I haven't felt that good after a regular season win in a long time. When is the last time the Griz played this good in all 3 phases? I'm going to, you know which one I think that just popped in my head was the Cat game. The last Cat game at home, we beat them 37-7. We were playing, we just put a full game together and played awesome that game.
Yeah, I would either, the soonest one, I would say probably North Dakota State.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably like by a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But I would say either that one or the Cat game.
Well, that's why I said you said regular season, so maybe.
Regular season. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So definitely the Cat game.
Yeah, I would say that game.
Yep.
Because last year we could not put full games.
No. Nope.
All right. So Scooby at Day of the Dogs, he says, "Okay, you guys can't use breakout in quotation marks game for Ayat anymore. I didn't think we used it that much. He's there. There's
the what now?
Breakout game for Ayat. He's saying we can't use that. This is every game is a breakout game for him, which I don't think we've been saying.
We'll just say career game.
He's just had an awesome game. Like, he just had a great game.
Well, okay, so last game was his breakout game, and this one was his career game because he did actually go over his career best.
Yeah, absolutely. He just keeps on improving each week. But he goes, thoughts on the offensive line, which we've gone over a little bit. Yeah. He says, still not seeing it as a very weak link, but also, how many offensive players? This last part's interesting. He goes, "How many offensive plays are scripted to start? Any idea?" So I've heard it's 20.
Yeah, I heard of it. It's 15 to 20. Yeah,
depending. Yeah. And then they can throw it out too, but they usually have around 20 plays that they have scripted. They're practicing each week that they think are going to be. And so think about the series. If you go 3 and out, well, there you still have you have 17. 17 more to go. Yep. So, but the idea behind scripting plays is you've practiced them all week and everybody knows their assignment and they should just go crisp like this.
So, and it's something that has worked the previous game. And isn't that something that the analysts are coming up with though too? That's part of those analysts. Our analysts, they're saying, hey, this is what should work. Yeah.
Same with the defense. They're saying, hey, this is the defense we feel like is going to work the best against these formations that we expect them to come out at. Yep. So earlier we talked about that 90-0 win.
Yeah.
So there was also another huge game, but it was D3. We had Coast Guard versus Nichols. They scored a combined 152 points. Coast Guard won the game in D3 92-60.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's not like 6-man football. That's actual football.
D3 football. Yeah. Division 3. Said the teams amassed a grand total of 1,412 yards of offense and scored 21 touchdowns in the record-setting night.
Jeez. Wow.
The next one down for D3 at least was in 2014. Rolls-Holman versus Illinois Colony or something. 74-68 in that one. I was just like, wow. Holy cow. So
that's nuts. That's a lot of points.
Yeah. That's
no defense.
No defense.
That's like an all-star game for football,
right? Yeah,
like,
score.
Yeah.
Okay. Bridger had another one. He said, "Oh, this is great. I like this. You like this one because you do your Griz rundown." He says, "Which team has been more impressive over the last 3 weeks? Football, soccer, or volleyball?"
Oh,
pretty impressive on all fronts. So I saw this earlier, and I think volleyball.
So
the reason I say volleyball is because they haven't done this in so long, and going undefeated in volleyball like that is way harder because you have more games to play. More, I mean, that streak you're on, that's something you just don't see very often. So that's why I'm going to say volleyball.
Okay, I'm going to say I agree with that, but I'm going to say soccer, and this is why. Beating a person that's been in your way for the last couple of years, I think Washington State has been that epitome of that team that we just can't get by.
Yeah.
I think that's going to do well for the mindset because the last 2 years we've been the best team in the Big Sky, but haven't been able to get over the hump. And this team, when we've gotten there, has been in our way too. I think that could be something where we move farther along in the tournament. And I'm so excited for both of those programs, volleyball and soccer. Like, it's so great to see. And we had Coach Lawrence on the podcast a while back, a long time ago, a couple years ago. She was great to talk to.
Yeah, she's doing awesome things with that program. And part of the reason I think I'm putting volleyball, then soccer, then football is because with football, we picked the game. We had this expectation where we should be winning. I mean, we like we said at the beginning of the season, and that's why I think for most impressive volleyball, all of a sudden we didn't expect this. Then soccer, we expected, but then to your point, Adam, they're beating those people that we haven't been able to beat. So
I think you're talking me out of it. I think I'm going with some volleyball now. So
either way, what a good problem to have. I love that.
Right?
Love that question. Love that discussion. It's pretty awesome. Those girls are on both fronts are kicking ass and
taking names, man. I can't wait to see. Keep on going. Keep putting it back together.
That's why I put the volleyball on my phone for Thursday. I got to remember to watch that.
Yeah.
Great question, Bridger. All right, now we got Zachary Lord. He says, as jacked as I am about this last game, the O-line still has some work to do.
Yeah.
Idaho's D-line will be one of the best we face all season. What group on the Griz should give Idaho's opposing position group a similar conundrum? I think
wide receivers.
Yep. Wide receivers.
Yep.
That's the one.
That was an easy one. Definitely our wide receivers will give them all they can handle.
Yeah, everything. And that's where I think the accuracy downfield. So we need to set up that run so we can keep them in the box and then play action and boom, down the field.
Yep. I don't think they're going to be ready for that. I think they're and I know that they probably see our games and kind of see the development, but I don't know, and maybe this is a question for you, Luke, like being on that defensive side of the ball, with a quarterback that's developing before your eyes.
Yeah.
Do you kind of look at that, or do you look from film the previous year? Or is it like, hey, this guy's developing before us? Like we can't go off of film.
I don't think they're going to use off film from the previous year, but they are going to use this. And I think their coaches are going to be like, hey, this guy's getting better each week.
Yeah.
The thing that'll be interesting is though, like Brooks Davis, for instance.
Yeah.
He had his big game, but then last week 1 catch. And so they're going to be like, oh, yeah, that was a fluke. And so that's the thing that I think they're going to have a harder time with because we have so many good receivers.
So many weapons.
Who do you double? Or I don't think they will. I think they're just going to go, we're going to play our defense. We'll be okay. And then, boom, we're hitting them or Wortham. I think he could have a huge game this week.
Yeah.
So
I think they're going to get a burst from Wortham, and they're going to start freaking out and say, okay, we got to do something with this guy.
Yeah.
And then it's going to leave.
Opens up everybody else.
It's going to leave open Davis. It's going to open up Gale. It's going to open up Deaver.
Yeah.
Hendricks, if he's healthy and out there. Bridges, if he's out there. I
think, again, receivers is where we're both at with that one. So, okay, cool. So, Montana at MT Griz 69. That's Shay. He goes, with the first few drives, at the start of all 3 games. Why can't we get off to a good start? I mean, just like this, he goes, is it the scripted plays that we call that cause this? Or he goes, I just want to know what it takes to get these guys to start the game with a bang up with Montana. I don't know if it's the scripted play. I mean, this last one, like I said, I didn't know if freaking Pamphilov got stepped on, but it was just like he got
housed.
Yeah,
housed.
It's like,
and then that right side, we kept on running to the right side too. That first or second, those first 2 drives, we kept on running to that right side.
I mean, obviously they're seeing something on film saying these are the scripted plays we think, but again, instead of it, if it's not working, quit doing it. Don't go, I know this is going to work.
Yeah. Or are they just trying to test, what's not as strong, right? Let's run to that side and keep running to that side to get it stronger. So those guys have to kind of figure it out, right?
Yeah, they definitely could be like, let's test this and see what happens and go from there. And it definitely turned it on, but it does feel that way sometimes. Like, what the hell? Why can't we just go down and score immediately?
Exactly.
Okay, so we got Jamie Robinson at GoGriz78. She goes, Idaho only lost by 3 points to 2 FBS teams, Washington State and San Jose. Good Idaho team or not so good FBS?
Not so good FBS.
Not so good FBS.
Washington State's a mess.
Yeah.
And San Jose State's
they're on the bottom half of the Mountain West, is what I would say. But still, like, Idaho's not terrible.
No.
They're not great FBS schools.
No.
Yeah, it's not like they're going and playing Oregon and losing by 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Mike Roch at 69er69. Idaho looks like a very good team. Where do you see the Griz able to exploit them? I think we kind of answered that. The receiving position. I think that's where we can.
Yeah, we're going to exploit their DBs, and then when that opens up, we'll be able to run.
So that was the last question. I did have one other thing. I just took a screenshot of this rivalry of Idaho over Montana. It started in 1903. It's been going for 22 years. The last meeting, this is where I thought it was interesting. We were number 10, they were number 3, and we beat them 23-21 back in October 14th of 2023. So again, the next matchup again is, I think, going to be a top 10 matchup, except it's going to be flipped. We're the higher rated team.
What was the score of the game when they came to us and beat us?
I don't know. I just it just had the last meeting where we won 23-21.
Okay.
The wild thing was, I forgot, we've had 89 total meetings in this. I forgot how much this is like our rivalry against the neighbors. It's pretty lopsided. Idaho leads this rivalry 56-31 and 2. So, anyways, the current win streak though is Montana with 1, which is great. So let's make it 2. What I gotta say right there.
So that game. That wasn't that one though.
I remember the one that
42-17.
That was the year after Lucas. We whipped the hell out of him.
Oh, I was 30-23.
Oh, okay.
That was that loss in at home.
At home.
So it lost by a touchdown.
When it felt like we just couldn't get the ball back.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're just bleeding the clock. Which again, they don't bleed it as much as ACK, but they still bleed it quite a bit, I feel. Yeah. So
they are winning the overall series, which 31, we're 31 and 56.
Yeah, 56-31 and 2 ties. Yeah. That's what I was saying. It feels it's much more lopsided, like ours is to the Cats, the Idaho's. But there was a big period of time there we didn't play. Like when we were really good, they left the Big Sky in 96.
Yeah.
And then all that period we played them a few times. Like we got to play them once and bring the Stein home. We had the Stein for a long time. I think that was in 2001 or 2000, I think, when we won it. And then we just didn't play them very often because they were up in the FBS, getting their asses handed to them. Yeah. By most teams. So
and if you look
back, this is a good rivalry to have. Like the dog ass Vandals, man. Let's go get them.
If you look at 91 to 94, we beat them every year. We lost to them in 95 and then didn't play until 99.
Championship that year. So
exactly. That was wasn't that our only loss?
I think so.
Or maybe we had one more loss than that.
We had two losses. I think we had 2 losses that season, but yeah.
Huh.
Either way, it's gonna be a dogfight this weekend, and I think the Griz are gonna come out on top.
I do as well.
Bigger than what I said, so
I hope so for my sake.
That's one thing I noticed. Like this last weekend, it was such a non-stressful game to watch.
Yeah,
as we were just dominating. It's like, oh, this just is nice, and I wish they were all that way.
My wife was like, "This is not even a game." No, I said, "No, it's a great game."
You're not yelling and screaming. Yeah, no, I don't need to.
I don't need to. It's so nice. It's nice.
I still stood for the whole game and watched it standing.
Yeah.
My wife's like, "You sit down." I'm like, "Nope, not going to sit down." But yeah.
Oh man. Well, guys, remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast, guys. If you don't know, we love to get a hold of us. We love to talk to you guys. Get us on Instagram at Fight On Montana. Also, you can get us on Twitter or X, as they call it, at Fight On Montana. And then you guys can, get us at our personal on Facebook and everything like that. So definitely
thank you so much for listening. Like it's
so
cool
crazy.
People dig this and just all the content we get. I was actually talking to Rob from the Lackeys this weekend. Saying how much I appreciate their pod. I started listening to that, and they got good stuff too. I mean, like there's just between what Riley's doing, GFP, what we're doing, Lackeys. I mean, like even the Skyline stuff and Sammy. Like we have so much stuff, and it's just it's a great time to be a Griz fan.
Well, and it's great that people are choosing us too. So we appreciate with all that you could choose from. We're glad that you choose us, and we know there's other things out there. If you guys want something else to listen to, there's stuff out there. So, thank you again, and as always, go Griz.
Go Griz.